Hi everyone, it's Eileen from Now There's a Crafty Idea, and I've come to show you where I've gotten to with our sewing journal. So currently I've been trying to figure out a cover for it because I wasn't sure what kind of cover I wanted to do. So I've been having a look around and I've found this book cover. It was already gutted, so it was just a Reader's Digest, and I do like these Reader's Digests. There's a little bit of damage to it, but that's fine because it's going to get covered up anyway. So, and the reason I like this one is because it's dark green. I don't know if you can see that it looks black on the camera, I know, but it is. It's a very dark green, and I wanted to have a bit of a green theme throughout this. As you can see, I have, when I've took it apart, attempted to add a little bit more structure using washi tape, which I must have glued down properly because washi tape would have come off by now if I hadn't. So I've been grabbing bits and pieces, and I've got a few bits together. I did find this lovely 12 by 12 paper, and I've managed to, so I've managed to make a cover for each of the signatures, so that's good. I might decorate them a bit more, I'm not sure yet. So I've got them ready, and I've cut a spine out because I want this spine. It's not a very strong spine, and it needs a little bit of help. So I've cut a spine just the right size, and I'm going to glue that in. And then I've got some bits of fabric. I found, where is it? I found this fabric which I really like, so I want to use that to cover it, to cover the spine. And then I've just got some bits and pieces. Some old linens, and I've got a few little elements from sewing patterns and some bits of sewing ephemera, and I just thought I want to make a bit of a collage. I've also found some flowers that I'd made in the past with using book pages. These are cute little flowers. I'll try and zoom you in so you can see that. They're just flowers made out of a book page, and I can show you how to do them. Normally I wouldn't make them this this small, but these ones I wanted to use on covers. So I've got them, and then I've just got a whole mess of bits and pieces, and you know, just little bits of this and that, and pieces of ephemera and some vintage buttons. So I thought I'm going to make a bit of a collage colour. So before we can do that, let's get started on getting this book ready to go. So we'll move everything aside, and the first thing I want to do is I want to get this spine in. So let's get our tacky glue. Now I would normally use Fabri-Tac because it is very strong, but this tacky glue, I've been really impressed with it. It's really done well, and the more I use it, the more impressed I get, because it really does hold pretty well. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Let's make sure we've got plenty. There we go. Try and get all the little gloobers off. Right, now I want to make sure I get this lined up properly, because I've cut it to the exact size that I need it. So there we go. Great. A little bit of glue left there, and I've left a little gap at the top and bottom. It's all going to be covered up anyway, so you know, you won't see that. But this is just all I've done for the spine. Is I've took some thick chipboard like card and just cut it out, and I think I've cut it's just about 1.25 inches, so that's about 3 centimeters, which is the width of the spine on the book itself. It does have these rounded, but I'm using them as part of the cover. It was a rounded book, you know, when the spine's rounded, but I just want it flat, so I'm not even going to bother trying to round it. And we should be able to get 2 signatures in here. It'll probably end up being a chunky monkey, but we can get 2 signatures in it. And I've had an idea about the closing, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So that's something I've got to think about. So I've got that done, and now we need a little bit of extra strength. See, it's quite strong, but it's also quite flexible. So I don't know whether we need to put anything extra down there, because I really do think that it's probably got enough strength from that. Because this washi tape that I've used, it wasn't an expensive one, it was a cheap one, but it wasn't easily tearable, so I don't feel as though it's going to tear off. And I do want to cover the inside with a vintage pattern. So let's think, what should we do? You know, plain old sellotape would give it a little bit of strength. And I would normally use, excuse the sirens going off, I would normally use a Gorilla Tape or something similar, but I'm gonna probably just use this sellotape, because I can always glue over, although I don't like using sellotape. Oh, I'm in a snit with myself, I don't know what to use. I do have this, but then that's just not going to give it the structure it needs. Ho hum, ho hum. Do I take a chance that the fabric and the lining will give it the extra strength? I mean, it's not the strength it needs, it's just a little bit more flexible than I would like. It's already strong because there's no real damage to it. You know what, I'm just going to take a chance, because I think it'll all work out in the end. let's just hope. Right, now I've got this, and I wanted to use this on the inside just because I love it, and I love the idea of having the inside covered with a pattern. So I want this bit on here, but then I think I'm going to cut it because I want the end, I want that to be flush with that. So let's get that cut straight down the centre. And I think this will attach okay with just the glue stick. I just want to make sure that I've got it cut at the right. Now I'm not going to even attempt to cut that straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my trusty cutter out. Let's just move this over. Sorry if you can't see exactly what I'm doing, because this cutter is for some reason very big. Now what I want to do is I want to measure the inside. I want to cover this paper because it's just too plain and I'm not that keen on it, to be honest with you. So it needs to be, I would say, just under 20. So let's get that right. Let's see. So just under 20. Let's have a look. I'm going to go just a shade under 20. I'll hold that down at a nice straight edge. Now let's see if that's worked. Okay. Right. Yeah, I think that's perfect. Just slightly see, but that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to go just a shade under 20 again for the other side. So where are we? Just a shade under 20. No, it needs a straight edge. Turn it over, Eileen, otherwise you're going to end up ruining it. Oh, sometimes I make the silliest mistakes. Right, because this is a little creased. Just a little worried how this one will turn out. Right, let's just move this big old boy out the way. Okay, here we go. Let's just hope this is the right size. Oh yeah, that's nigh on perfect. Great. Now you can see, excuse me, even though I've cut this straight, it hasn't actually been printed straight, so it's kind of going a little bit skew-if, but that's okay. I like skew-if, and you can see because of that fold as well. So I think I'm just going to cut it a little bit because I wanted to go onto the spine. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off it. And this is going to give us our end papers, which I really like the idea of. So, there we go. Okay. and then that should add a little bit of extra structure there as well. Okay, should I use the tacky glue? Should I use the tacky glue? This is quite thin paper, so I think the tacky glue will just bleed through. So I am going to use the glue stick, because otherwise you're going to get like the greasy marks off the glue. This glue stick's quite good. So, oh, look at it's bringing out all the colour of the paper. Oh, that's lovely. And I'm going to give it loads and loads of glue. I mean, it's paper being stuck to paper, so the glue stick should be pretty good with it. Whereas if I was gluing it to fabric or something else, I would probably have to use the tacky glue. Get plenty on that crease because I want that to disappear. Oh, look at all that lovely colour coming out. Right, here we go. Let's get you on. I'm just going to try and line it all up, not get stuck to my glue page. And I want that to be, oh yeah, that's perfect, great. And even though that is quite thin paper, that's still going to add more structure there. So, oh, that looks cool. I'm really liking that. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Right, now we're going to go this way. And I'm quite happy to do this one. I wanted the picture on that side because I'm going to be putting a pocket on here anyway. So I didn't want to lose any of that picture. So it's good that it's there because at least I'm not going to lose it. Right, let's just cut this a little. Doesn't have to be straight. It's going to be covered by fabric anyway. And let's get our glue on there. I love the way the glue is bringing out the colour, the aging of the paper. That's so, so neat. I love it. Very cool. There's a little bit of you can see there's a tiny tear there. Once we get it glued down onto the page, that's not going to be a problem. So like I say, this is very, very, very old paper. And it's it wasn't very expensive paper when it was first made, because it was just pattern instructions and they're not known for the quality of paper that they're printed on. So let's just line this one up as well. Okay, maybe bring that down just a touch. There we go. Bring it over just a touch. There. Right, now I'm going to have to pull that back up because if I don't crease it down there, it's going to tear. It'll tear with the book when the book moves, and I don't want that to happen. Oh, that looks really cool. Look at that, isn't that great? I'm loving it already. Oh, so good, so good. Right, now I want to get the fabric on. So where were we? What fabric did I decide on? I decided on this, and the reason being I want to use this beautiful lady on the front. Now it's this red, it's not actually red. It looks red on the camera, but it's more like a very dark burnt orange with red tones. And it's got the oranges here, and this is almost like a burnt orange in between the red of the rose. So it doesn't look on the camera, it just doesn't do it justice, but they actually do go well together. And I just thought I was going to use a polka dot because obviously our dress is polka dot, but the only polka dot I've got is green, and it's big polka dots, and it just didn't look right. So I thought, well, let's just go completely different and choose something similar colours but a completely different style, and I think it's going to turn out great. So right, now you can see my little skulls poking out. I might actually take those off if I can get them off. Like I say, I think, yeah, see, I used glue on them, you can see. Not to worry, but you just snip them off. I thought I must have. I do every now and then when I've got too many books, I do sit and take the guts out of them and get the covers prepared. I don't think I need to bother with that one because it's not going to go. It's going to go a lot further that way. So I didn't want to cover up too much of this lovely gilding. So there's going to be more fabric on the back than there is on the front, but that's okay. And then I've made it long enough that it's going to go into the spine in the middle. So let's get some glue on. Let's see. I haven't got a very steady hand for this. Let's see, where were we? So it needs to be about here. I can always wipe off anything that's over. Okay, just make sure we get plenty down that side. Right, now it's going to have 2 signatures, so I don't want a lot of glue because remember we've already glued the spine in, so I'm going to have to sort of try and sew through that. I don't want to have to sew through 2 thicknesses of glue. So let's get that on. I think that's perfect. Don't want that fringe to look like it's all glued down. There we go. Yeah. Nope. Gonna have to give it a really good massaging. A bit more glue on there, I think. There we go. This is quite heavy fabric, so it is soaking up the glue. There we go. I'll just give that a minute. So I've had loads of fun looking for new stuff for this journal. I've been finding all sorts of great bits of ephemera in that, and it is kind of, I do like working with kits because it gives you a theme, but it is great working with just a general theme and no kit, because you've got to get a lot more creative with what you're doing. And I've been looking through all my ephemera and I found these lovely things, and I remember buying this fabric, and it was such a gorgeous fabric, and it was printed with all these different adverts on. So what I did, I sat down with the last scraps that I had, I sat down and I cut out the adverts that were left, and all I've done is I've sewn them onto card that's been backed with coffee dyed paper, and then I've just like literally sewn round them, and they're going to make beautiful little journaling cards. And of course it's a sewing magazine, so, and these are fabric tags, so even though they're not sewing adverts, I think they're all for smellies like soap and lotion and that, but it's still that I'm still really pleased with the way they turned out. So I was looking through loads of my stuff, and I've found some really good stuff. I can't wait to start sharing it all with you. Right, I think that's fine now, so let's get the inside done. So let's start, and we'll get plenty of glue down here. So like I says, this fabric, come on glue, come out. This fabric is soaking it all up. It's a very thirsty fabric, but it is beautiful, isn't it? Let's get that over. I think I'm going to have to use 2 hands. It doesn't want to come out today. It's like that sometimes. I think it must be to do with the weather. Right, put that there and that across there, and then we want a line down the middle, because I don't want to be gluing through all sewing my signatures through all that glue. So let's just scrape off the bottom. I have to give it a wipe. There we go. Right. Yep. Very thirsty. There we go. I'm going to give that a really good press down. And it doesn't matter if you can see the glue coming through, because this is actually for use with fabrics, and it dries clear, so you're not going to see. And anyway, your signatures are going to be in there, so you're not going to see it anyway. So I'm just going to put a little extra piece on here. There we go. There. Okay, so that's that done. It looks really great. I'm liking the inside cover. I love it. And it's another way to save those beautiful, I mean, look at the patina on this, look at the age on it. Such gorgeous things. You've got all sticky hands now. So yeah, I'm going to leave that one to dry. And then while we're doing that, I'm going to work on the front piece. So I'll show you what I've got so far. So I went through my vintage linens and I found it was an old piece that was, it was pretty stained, but it had this beautiful butterfly on, and I thought, well, I can cut some of that off, and to stabilize that I'm going to sew it onto this card. It's just it's like construction paper. It's not very thick. I didn't want it to be bulky, and I didn't want it to be you know, I didn't want it to take up too much of the space that we've got. So, and I wanted it neutral on the back as well. And then I've got this lady and I want her to kind of hang over, and then I've just got lots of bits and pieces. Let me see, I did find this doily as well, which I think I'll cut a piece off to go there, which I really like that. And then kind of got this. I'm just working bits in because I'm not sure where I want yet. Let's see. Oh, I made these. Let's get all these bits over here. I made these because what I wanted to do was put a little bit of thread on. You see, my old cardboard. Yes, I'm very clever with me things. I look after all my stuff. So hold on, I wanted to just I wanted to distress that first. You're seeing all my secrets now. My little bits of old cardboard. I've got that many threads though, and because my mum can no longer sew, she gave me all of her bits of stuff as well. So there's stuff in there that's like years and years old, and I can't get rid of any of it because it's all so beautiful, and why would you get rid of it? But yeah, bits of old cardboard. Hey, for shame, Eileen, for shame. So I'm just going to have to, you know what, where's that trusty sellotape? Let's tape it. I'm just going to cut a little bit of this tape off, and we will tape it on the back, and that way it should, if I can get my fingers to work, it should stay on the back. And then let's wind just a little bit of that round. I want to bring the green elements into it because obviously the tones in the book are green, and I am aware that the lady on the front has a red dress, but she's just too gorgeous not to use. So yes, I'm using that, but I'm going to add the greens in with thread and a bit of ribbon. So yeah, this this thread is probably as old as me. Like I say, my mum's always been a crafter and a sewer as well. So yeah, she's she had loads. And bless her, like I said, she can no longer sew because of her arthritis. So the only sewing she can do is on a sewing machine, so she can't do hand sewing anymore. Where's that sellotape? Let's get another bit of that. So yeah, she gave it all to me, and she was like, well, you make lovely things, you use it. But most of it just sits there so that I can look at it every now and then and think, oh, that's pretty. Am I the only one that does that? The only one who sits with the stash and just like, yeah, oh, that's lovely. And then put it back for the next time. Right, and on the other one I wanted to put a little bit of this ribbon. This is a vintage ribbon that I got given by my husband's auntie, and it's just so pretty that I did sell, well, I think there might even be a couple of pieces of it left on the Etsy store, but it is so pretty, and again it's green, so I wanted to use that too. So let's just cut that there, and And let's see, where's the end of this sellotape? I know, I should use glue instead, shouldn't I? Especially on this. I mean, the thread's one thing, but this is different. Okay, so let's just glue that down. There we go. Give that a moment. So I wanted to incorporate these. So again, I'm not quite sure how yet. Maybe we could pop them at the bottom. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to use that. Let's take it off because I feel it just crowds it too much. And then we can pop that and that there. Yeah, I'm liking that. Right, now let's get these elements on. I kind of want to focus these on the doily bit. I don't want that squashed up against our face. These are just elements that I've cut out of an old piece of scrapbook paper that had all sewing bits on it, and they look quite nice. I quite like them. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's looking okay. I feel she needs something about there. Yeah, yeah. Now our little flowers, I was thinking of popping them. Is that too crowded? Or maybe we could pop them on our lady? No, I want her to stand alone. These could come off the edge a bit because we don't have to colour in the lines, do we? But I do want these flowers on. I think that's quite cute, and that's bringing the elements of the craft into it as well. Yeah, you know what, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. I'm thinking that that could be the way I want it. So I'm going to sew this doily on. So first of all, let's cut this off. Do you know, it took me ages to be able to cut up these old doilies. I was like, oh, no, you can't cut things like that. But yeah, now that I've got about 4 bags full, I'm like, yeah, we can stand to lose one. Right, let's move these elements off because we know where we want them. Move those off, and then we will move all these bits off. Let's pull that down a little. And I feel like, just to be on the safe side, if I can find it, I might use some clips on here, just because I don't want this to shift about. I'm going to have to trim that after I've sewn it. So let's just see what we can do. And there we go, another clip, and then that clip. Okay, now let's get the sewing machine. I'm just going to put my glue away. And oh dear me, this big old Bertha. Right, I'm just going to quickly sew around, and I'm going to do, should I do a straight stitch or do I do zigzag? I think I'm going to go, I might do a nice decorative stitch because it is the front cover and I want it to look pretty. So let's start with that. And I'm going to start up here, although no, I think, yeah, I will. I'll start up here because this is where we need the most structure, I feel. So just run a stitch round, turn your volume down and hopefully this decorative stitch will be part of the decoration as well. There we go. Take the clip off. Oh no, no, my bobbin's run out. Oh dear me, my bobbin's run out. Okay, I'm quickly going to run my bobbin, and I'm going to turn the camera off while I do it, so I'll be back in like a flash of a second. Just like that, with the magic of television, we're done. I love that. That was so much fun. Oh, simple minds. I'm going to put just a couple of dots of glue just to keep this down, because I haven't sewn all the way around it. I didn't want to destroy that beautiful lacy pattern by sewing over it along this edge. So there we go, that should do. I'm going to leave that off. So let's start thinking about our elements now. We're going to have her, I can't have her holding off too much because, where's our book? Because I did measure this, by the way, before I started. If she's too far over, she's going to be over the edge of the book, so she's going to have to be about there. Okay, let's put this back and leave it to dry. I don't know whether I'm going to cut these raggedy bits because I quite like them actually. I'll decide that when we've done. I've got this little bit of raggedy fabric as well, but I just, no, it's not the right colours, is it? Okay, so let's see. First of all, let's get some distressing done because these all need to be distressed. Okay. You'll have to forgive me my little accessory. I've done something to my arm. I don't know where it is, but it's impossible getting an appointment with the doctors at the minute. With everything that's going on. So I've just bunged one of those support bandages on it, and it is helping. I'm going to put an ice pack on it later. I think I've probably just strained a tendon or something. So, I mean, the NHS website was really good. I went on there and there was loads of information, so I'm pretty sure that's what I've done. And if it doesn't get better in a few days, then I will probably go and see. Now, if I've done them, I've done them, I've done them. Was there anything else? I don't think so. I've just got our buttons, and I did want to put some buttons on. Right, okay. Let's see. So let's get these placed. I think if I'll distress her first, because I think I need to know exactly where she's going to sit for to put the other elements on. So I'm just going to give her a bit of distressing. I don't want too much. She's already quite vintage. She doesn't need a lot of distressing. There we go. Just to take off any white edges that were showing and poking out from where I cut round her. But we didn't want her too far over, did we? So let's see. Those scissors, I quite like the idea of them being there. And I did want that underneath her. So I feel if we put it there, yeah. So let's get that one down first, because we definitely want that there. And this tacky glue is quite good when it's gluing things onto fabric. It just needs to be left for a while to set, that's all. So once we've done this, we can put it aside and leave it, and then eventually when the cover's done, then we can put them both together. Right, now we've got that done, was there any other elements I wanted behind her? Because if not, we can get her on, can't we? I'm thinking the other elements are going to be all around here. Was there anything else? Or was it going to, maybe it's popping? I think that'll just be too much. I did quite like that. But again, unless I put just a tiny bit in, it's going to just be, it's going to overpower it. I'll leave that to stick onto one of the pages. That'll be a nice little decoration. I'm looking to see if we've got anything else. You know, I don't think I want anything else behind her. So let's get her down. Now, we don't need to go all the way to the top of her head, because otherwise we'll have glue everywhere. But I do want plenty of glue on her, and I'm going to have to hold her down. I think that sounds awful, doesn't it? Dear me. But if I don't, she's going to want to lift up, and then she won't catch the fabric. I'm just going to leave the tip of her foot without glue, because that was sticking over, wasn't it? Right, plenty of glue. Oh, not too much on the head. Plenty of glue on your dress though, because we want that really well stuck. Right, let's get you right. Okay, I'm just going to hold off for a minute She's in the right place. Yeah, I like it. She is covering up that butterfly, but that's fine. We know it's there. And you can't like show everything when you're doing this kind of montage, collage, whatever you call it. It's just enough to know that that's there. You can see the edge of its wing, and you can see this embroidery on glaze and this lovely embroidery on it anyway. And you can tell that it's a vintage piece of linen, which is just exactly what we wanted. So there we go. Right, now we can start playing with our elements. Kind of like the idea of having them a little skewy. I don't want them all straight. Kind of like that. I do want to keep them contained on there. So yeah, that's good. I'm liking that. Let's get some glue on you. I could have sewn all of these on, oops, but I just didn't. It would have took forever on the sewing machine, and to be honest, I don't think it would have added that much to the overall thing. Not really. So let's see, what do we have? Let's see, let's get some glue on there. Right, again, these just need holding down a little bit longer, just to make sure that they've adhered, because this is a lacy fabric. But this glue is, I've got to say, I'm impressed. I am well impressed. Let's get, this is an awkward little piece, so I'm going to put lots and lots of glue on it. I'm just going to have that kind of, that's kind of mirroring the way the thread is, and I like that. Yeah, so I'm going to give that a really good press down. Now, I feel these are quite dimensional, and I probably could do them with a hot glue gun, but I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance and just do them with the tacky glue, because I think it can handle it. And if not, then I can always take them off and use a hot glue gun on them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put lots and lots of glue on. And I have got that sellotape on the back as well, so I want to make sure it's extra secure. I don't trust sellotape either. Lots of glue. Now this is probably going to squish out the side, but that's fine. So we'll pop that one down first. Let's just hold it. This is the problem when you're gluing bits like this together, because you've just got to sit and hold things. So I hope everybody's okay. I hope you're all doing well. I've been speaking to my sister today, and if I don't know if I've already told you, she's actually been tested positive for corona. Her and our family are in isolation. She is a nurse and she has been working with it, so it's not out of the blue. We did kind of know that she was running the risk. Doesn't make it any easier, but yeah, so but I've spoken to her today and she seems quite happy, and she just says it's like having a heavy cold. She says it's like a summer cold, but like really all stuffy, and she says the main thing is she's been so tired, and she did say that she'd started coughing today, which she wasn't coughing before, so hopefully she'll be okay. But she's had it, I mean, this is week 2 of it, and she seems to be coping well with it, so I'm quite happy about that. But yeah, it's another worry, isn't it? So many people that we know now have tested positive. It's just a bit scary. Right, let's get these stuck on, and I was going to put them there, wasn't I? They are quite dimensional. As you can see, these are quite thick, so they are going to give quite a dimensional element to the book. Do I like them? Let's have a look at these buttons first. Kind of like the idea of having buttons on here. Oh, maybe that would balance that corner. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's quite nice. Maybe if we just had one of those. No, it just doesn't look right with just one. Maybe one of each colour. Maybe it needs to be all three. That's too much. Too much, too much. Can't make my mind up. Well, let's just put these buttons on because I do like these. I'm not going to put any thread on them. These are quite old buttons. These are from my mum's old button tin. She used to keep every single button. You just didn't throw a button away. Do I want to put some thread on them? Do I not? No, I think I'm just going to use them like that. And I remember playing with these when I was a kid. I used to play with our button tin all the time because I thought it was like treasure, you know, old buttons. Yeah, I had quite an imagination back then. Old buttons are treasure. Well, they were to me. I thought they were brilliant. Oh my, oh my. The things we do when we're kids, eh? I thought they were absolutely amazing. And a sewing box to me was just, it was a box of wonders. I couldn't wait to start playing with it when I got older. I was like, I just want to get in there and start using it all. Right, I like that. I do. It's looking really nice. Let's put it on the front of our cover and see what it looks like. Yeah, it's all tying in, and I do like the fact that we've still got the gilding. And I like that we've got that fabric there. I'll put you back in shot better. I'm liking it a lot. I'm not sure about those flowers. I want to use them, I really want to use them. You know, now I see it on the book, I actually do look quite nice. I actually like them on there, and it doesn't look too crowded at all. It just adds, it fills up that little space. You can still see the embroidery poking out from it. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. I'll do your tutorial on how to make these. They are the simplest, easiest things to make. And we'll do some big ones because it's easier to learn making the bigger ones. The small ones take some time because they're quite fiddly. So if you want to see that that tutorial, drop me a comment and I'll get that sorted out. Because it's a lovely, another one of those lovely things that you can sit and do on a night while you're sitting watching TV. And there's just so many different little bits and pieces you can do, and before you know it, you've got a bag of these lovely little flowers. There we go. Oh yeah. Do you know what? I think it's done. I think it is, and I think I might trim just a little bit of this edge off. Let's just trim just a little bit. I don't want it too neat, but I don't want it coming over the edge of the book either. Just move that out of the way. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm not going to trim any more off because I think it adds to the overall look. Yeah, I'm liking that. So we've got our elements on. Shall we just stick it on now? Why not? Why not? And then everything can sit and dry together. Okay. Lots of glue on this because this is the cover of these is made from an artificial leather. I don't think it's pleather, but I can't remember the name of it. But either way, it needs help gluing too. And so we need lots of glue on this. And I'm just going to give this a really good squeeze. Get round. There we go. And that should do that. Right, let's get this in place. There we go. And then that can all sit. Yep, that's perfect. That can all sit and dry together now. I'm going to leave that until tomorrow so it'll dry overnight. and it'll have plenty of time for everything to adhere properly. But I'm really liking the way that one turned out. It's really cool. Yeah, I like it. I like all the little elements that we've stuck on, and this paper was really a godsend to find when I was looking through my drawers, because I didn't have anything with elements on. And then these buttons, my mum's vintage buttons. Oh, and then Chris's auntie's vintage pattern. Yeah, this is going to be a true junk journal in every sense of the word. Everything on this has just got some sort of significance. So great, love it, perfect. That's exactly what it should be. Everything on your junk journal should be significant for some reason or other, whether it's just because you fell in love with the paper when you found it, or whether it's something from your childhood, or, you know, I'm just so pleased with that. I'm glad that I got from my mum, what I got from my mum was to never throw anything away. Right, so I'm going to leave it there, because this is going to turn out to be a long video if I don't. I hope you've enjoyed creating the cover of the book with me. We might do something with the back next time. I doubt it. I think I might just leave that as is, because don't forget, we've already done the lovely inside with the vintage pattern, and now we've done this, and I think that's enough. That the book, you know, it's going to have a lot of decoration inside as well, so I think we'll leave the back. But you know, we might revisit it. You know what I'm like for changing my mind. I'm not going to say for sure, but there we go. So I hope you've enjoyed that. So stay safe, take care, and happy crafting. Bye.